Um, Hi, hello, and welcome everyone. Welcome back to the next episode of Doctor Who. Today we're going to be watching episode 11 of series 9. This is finale time. Oh my god, I can't believe that we're going to watch this episode today. I am so excited for it. You guys have no idea. Ever since I've watched the last episode last week, I was eager to watch this next one. I couldn't wait for it. But if you remember, I had this very bad throat ache and I couldn't talk, so I thought it wouldn't be a good idea to watch a finale where I can't talk at all. So, yeah, I waited patiently day after day. Hours felt like days, days felt like weeks, but we are finally here. This is the finale episode. I think we started with the finale like actually last week already, but then again, I don't think we actually did. I know. I'm going to explain myself in a minute here. Before we get into today's episode, though, I have a bunch of stuff that we're going to talk about. So, for all of you out there who are only here for the reaction, you can skip forward. If I remember, I'm going to put these timestamps into the video, but I probably won't, even if I'm trying to. I don't mean it in a bad way, but you know me by now. And well, this episode is gonna go up on YouTube in like 5 or 6 weeks, and I don't know if I will remember to put those timestamps in there. But you can see as soon as the screen over here will play the episode, you will know that the reaction has started. But for all of you who want to get the full picture of everything, I have a lot of surprises today for you. Some extra reactions. I hope they will go up on YouTube, but I think so because they're very short. And I have a lot to talk about because of the last episode, because as you remember, I couldn't talk very much, and this week it's all better. Like, it's not all better. There is still a little something in there, but it's not as bad. Like, I'm almost completely normal again, so I'm gonna use my voice and I'm gonna talk about the last week's episode and also what we're going to expect, in my opinion, from today's episode and from the whole finale. I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I want to get into this. I've made notes again, and we are going to start with a small one, which is like watching the last episode. You saw me. I wasn't 100%, and even if I am, I'm mixing things up. I'm making mistakes, misremembering stuff. You know me by now. And that happened in the last episode as well. And one of those is a quite big one, so I want to address it real quick. And I feel so sorry that I'm that stupid, but I have no excuse. I just am. What can I tell you? Like, it's just me. This channel isn't named Nicologik for any reason. It's for the reason that I have my own logic for things sometimes. Yeah. But mixing up one of the main characters of the last episode with a character that he really wasn't, that's something else. So, I am so sorry that I thought the boy or man we saw in the last episode, the teenager probably, I don't even know how old he's supposed to be, is not the boy that Danny sent back, but it's the character called Rigsby that we met in the episode with the TARDIS being very small. Thank you so much, Patreons, for being kind to me and clarifying it to me without blaming me. So I'm very sorry. Also, another mix-up that I did was with the contracts. Like, it was not really a mix-up, but I'm understanding a lot better now, going through Patreon comments, because the contracts of which Ashilda, yeah, I wrote her name down because I'm almost forgetting it. The contract she was talking about, she had 2 different contracts. And I thought both of them were made by the same people. But the contract with the Raven about killing people was one thing, and the contract to send the Doctor away to some place was another. And only the second contract with the Doctor was the contract that she signed with them, whoever they are. That was another little thing. So thank you again, my dear patrons. You're so kind to me, explaining all the stuff that I'm doing wrong over and over again and getting me back on where I have to be before I get into the next episode. Thank you so much. Also, regarding last week's episode and also the finale today, I want to talk about Ashilda for a second here. I feel so sorry for her, to be honest. Like, I am so conflicted with this character. Because on the one hand, maybe I should start like this. Yesterday evening, me and my boyfriend watched both of the Ashilda episodes, like her first ones, where on the first one she's still this innocent child, and in the second one she's this woman that begs the Doctor to take her with him because she sees no opportunity for her to do anything anymore on the planet Earth because she did it all. She begs him to take her with him, and he denies it for reasons, for good reasons, but he denied it. So she's left in this position where she's like, okay, I'm going to take care for the people that you leave behind on this planet Earth. That's what I'm going to do, so I do have a reason to live, because I need something. I can't die. You have imprisoned me in this life, Doctor. So what else can I do? It's either that, or I'm going to turn evil, which is what I said while watching the episode, while reacting to it when I saw it the first time. I'm like, if you leave her behind, Doctor, she's going to turn into a villain, probably. We didn't really see it yet. But we saw, and we did that in the very first episode, where we saw her as the new me. That's what she called herself then. And also in last week's episode, she showed glimpses of this evilness. We could see her develop from being innocent to being not so innocent anymore. And if she wants something, she can just take it. Because no one can harm her. But with the Raven issue, it's different. She wasn't the evil character that we thought, or that would be easier for the Doctor to like fight against her. She is not 100% evil. She did that thing with the boy, granted, but she never intended to hurt him. Clara did something stupid. In her eyes it wasn't, but in the end it just was. We have to admit that. So it's, and that's what she says to the Doctor, it's my fault. Stop yelling at Ashilda. It has nothing to do with her. It was my decision. It's my fault. And then she talks to him before she goes. She's like, and Doctor, please, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna have to go. I know how you're gonna react. But please listen to me. She says it like twice. Listen, Doctor. Don't do that. Don't give into the hatred that you're going to feel and into the sadness and into all of that. Don't do that. I know what you're going to feel after this, but please don't let it out on her. It's not her fault. Like they have this whole discussion, Ashilda and the Doctor, and Ashilda's like, yeah, she wanted to save you. That's why she said that to you, and the Doctor's like, no, she wanted to save you, Ashilda. I don't know the words he literally said, but it was something along the lines of, I'm a lost cause already. I don't need to be saved. There is no save for me anymore. But she wanted to save you. And then, because Ashilda is really sorry about that, and she would have done something to prevent the death of Clara, but she couldn't herself. It was out of her control. She signed a contract and she had to stick to it. So the doctor says to her, he kind of still sees it at the end of the last episode that she's like not innocent, but you know what I mean. She didn't like kill Clara. She wasn't responsible for Clara's death in the first place, not directly. So he's like, I'm gonna try and not kill you, but I can't make any promises. And if I were you, I'd run and never look back, because the universe gets a very tiny place if you have me as an enemy. So that's a very sad scene as well. It's not only Clara's death, but also the character of Shielder, because I feel so sorry for her, even if she made mistakes and it led to a person's death, to a very, very favorite person, by the way, a favorite person of mine, at least, and the doctor. So yeah, it was a stupid mistake, and it shouldn't have been what it was, but it is. And the doctor's like, yeah, I'm gonna try and not be too angry at you, but then again, it's not only Clara. You assigned another contract with somebody else, sending me away, probably forever. I don't know who those people are and what they want from me, but it's not going to be good. So be aware, which is why I think she's going to play a very important role in this finale. I hope not as an antagonist, but I think she will be. I mean, we will have them people in the finale as well as antagonists, and it might be the case that we're fighting against them in the first place, and maybe Sheila will come back in the next series. So maybe she's not going to be there, but I have a very strong feeling that she is. I really do. We'll see, I guess. So I told you this is going to be a long one. But I hope it's somewhat entertaining. It's not only a finale, it's a finale where we had a big episode where I couldn't talk, so I have to talk about this and also that. It's gonna be a little longer, I'm sorry. Oh, by the way, something very out of the blue. It has nothing to do with the finale episode, like at all, but something that I wanted to talk to you about for like months, probably half a year or even longer. I always wanted to mention it, but I always forgot it. So I guess I will tell you today. It's just a short thing. Maybe you remember that I, some time back, like I said, it's months already, I started watching the show Torchwood, which is like a spin-off show of Doctor Who. And I started, like, I've watched the whole thing already. It's all over on Patreon, but I've put just a few episodes on YouTube up as well, because YouTube editing takes so much more time. So at episode 6 or 7, probably, if I remember correctly, I just stopped doing that because I didn't have the time anymore. I wanted to focus on Doctor Who only because I wanted to give it my whole focus. It was like the show that I wanted to watch, and I stopped doing the like YouTube edit for Torchwood. But for everyone that's interested in those reactions, if you have your own copy of the show, head on over to Patreon. It's totally free for everyone. You don't need to pay a penny. Just type in like Nicologik reacts, Patreon, Torchwood, something like that, and then you will see like the playlist of Torchwood on Patreon itself, and there you can watch every single reaction for free. I put them all on free after I stopped like editing them for YouTube, and after all my patrons who are paying have seen all episodes. So since a long time has passed, I think it's appropriate for me to put it all out there. I have asked my patrons whether it's okay for them, because they like paid for the content to see it. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna ask them first, and all of them were like, yeah, give it a go, it's okay, it's all right, it's fine. So head over there. All you need is your own copy of the show. You can have an uncut reaction to all of the Torchwood episodes for free. Back to Doctor Who. Well, I've made a note that says Doctor and Guitar, but I don't know what I meant with that. So yeah, I think I have no idea. Maybe I wanted the Doctor to come back with this guitar. I don't know what that means. I have to make better notes. I'm so sorry. That was a short one. Okay. Before we go into the predictions for the finale, and before we talk about what I think will happen, we are going to do some small reactions to two YouTube videos that I want to watch with you together. So the first one is a very, very short one. It's only like 12 seconds, and it's a post-credit scene of the episode that we've seen last week. It was hidden behind the coming up next thing, and I never watched that, so I just cut the episode there, and I was told by my patrons, hey, there is a scene following up this next week so-and-so thing, and you can watch it safely over this link. Thank you for my patrons of telling me about this scene and also giving me the link to the scene so we can watch it together now. Like I said, it's very short, 12 seconds, but I'm told it's going to be a wholesome scene or a sweet scene, or we'll see, I guess. So let's watch it. Oh, the flowers. Oh, hey, Rigsby. It's a memorial for Clara. Oh. Oh. Gonna make me cry before we start. Like, oh my gosh, look at that. It's so beautiful. Oh, so sweet. I mean, I remember he was like spray painter, is that always called? That's so beautiful. Thank you so much for telling me about this little scene. So sweet. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm gonna start crying if I don't move on. Okay, we're gonna watch the second thing that I do want to watch right now. And that might probably be a fun one because I was told that there was a blooper from the scene in this episode that we saw that we've seen last week, where Clara dies, like in this very scene where she dies. And there is one shot that I was told about that she freaked up. And it's supposed to be funny, so let's see if it is. Aw.
You spend so much time having to imagine stuff, so it's really great to have a live Raven in the studio.
Action!
Be brave.
Hey!
I forgot to react. I was concentrating so much on being in the right place for the bird that when the bird went past me, I actually forgot to die.
She forgot to die. She forgot to die. Oh, yeah, that was funny indeed. Thank you so much for letting me know about this scene. Oh my gosh, I forgot to die. Yeah, I wish. The ending would have been so much more like funnier with this scene in the end there. Can you imagine? And Peter's like, he seems like a very funny person in real life. Like, I mean, probably almost all the doctors that I know of, like the New Who doctors, because I don't know classic ones at all. But they seem very, very funny. I don't know about Christopher. I've not seen so many like backstage stuff about him. But David, of course. Matt, he was very funny. And Peter, he doesn't seem very funny in front of the camera because he's supposed to play a very grumpy doctor, a very focused and grumpy person. But he seems to be funny in real life. Okay. The next thing we're gonna watch is the finale episode, but before we get into that one, I wanna make my predictions what's gonna happen in this finale. So, thinking about everything that we've been through this series, starting from the Doctor being a very insecure man that didn't know whether he was a good man or not. Learning that Clara is a super important companion for him. She's like an anchor, keeping him down on Earth. She's like the one forming the Doctor more than any other companion before. At least that's my personal opinion. She's had such a big impact on him when he was very insecure about himself, didn't know where to go or what kind of person he was, developing his character, his new set of regenerations, finding his new personality. She was there to form him. She was there to comfort him. She was there when he was still a little kid. And she was the reason why he's afraid of the dark now. Because she grabbed his legs when he was still a little child. So she had such a big impact on him. She grounded him when he was like 2, everything. Even right before her death, she tried to tell him everything that he needed to hear before she went away, which was such a Clara thing to do, to be honest, because in the face of death, she wasn't thinking about herself. She was thinking about the Doctor first, which I'm not saying this is a healthy thing, because you for yourself, you should always put yourself in first place. Because if you are good, only then you can help other people. You have to treat yourself as your very best friend first, and then the people you love. But in her case, it was like the very last opportunity for her to talk to him for eternity, I guess. So that's what she wanted him to tell. That's what she lived for in her last months or even years of her life. She lived for this man because this man gave her a new life, a new sense in life. And she loved him so much. And he loved her so much. So this bond was very, very strong. And we've seen what happens to the Doctor. We've seen that before when he lost companions. But this time, I think it's going to be different. The first reason is because she was like the companion, like I said, who had the biggest impact on him yet as a companion. And second of all, because we have a new Doctor with a new personality that maybe thinks about things differently than David, Christopher, Matt, and also could handle the situation very differently, like react to it in a different way. And I think more dark. If I say different, when I say different, I mean in a more darker way, more relentless against anyone. Like I said in the last episode, he said, I'm beyond saving. So I think he's gonna give himself up completely. I think something has snapped, or maybe it hasn't yet in the last episode, but it will in this episode. It will snap. It'll turn him around 180, and he's gonna be a person that we won't recognize anymore. That might happen. Because everything that grounded him, everything that kept him or formed him to be the person that we know, is now gone. Also, it kind of depends on where he's been teleported to, because, I mean, he could be tortured over there, wherever he is. So maybe he doesn't even have the time to think about what happened, because he's in a place where he has to, like, free himself first. That could be something, but I think he's gonna be in some kind of cell or by himself for a long time, having the time to think, because that's gonna be like the best torture for the Doctor right now. If anyone wants to hurt Doctor, put him in a cage where he can't escape and has to be with his thoughts only. That's gonna be the biggest torture that you can put on the Doctor right now. Just saying. So I think he's going to have the time to think about all of that. And I think it's going to change him. And taking into account that we not only had this theme throughout the series, like the Doctor in his development and the relationship and bond with Clara. But we also talked about power. We talked about power that the Doctor could have had, but refused to take. Because he is not a good man, not a bad man, but he's a Doctor, which implies, I mean, he said it like that, but it implies that he's a good man, usually. When he refused the offer of Missy, for example, with the Cybermen army, or he refused the offer to kill all the Daleks. When Davros offered this opportunity, it wasn't real, but the Doctor thought that it was real. So he refused twice to have that power because he sees himself, or he saw himself, as a good man. And he wanted Clara to see him being a good man. But that's gone now, as well as the grounding effect that Clara had. So if Missy would come around the corner, rescuing the Doctor out of a situation that he's in with them, whoever they are, and offering him a cyber army a second time, I don't think he'll refuse anymore. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm seeing something like this happening in the episode. Because last week I was thinking about Clara's death a lot. And the reason why she died before we start the finale, or right at the start of the finale. Because usually something like that, this dramatic scene, the loss of a very big character, it would fit better into the last episode of a finale 3-parter, if this is a 3-parter. But we're starting the finale and we just kill off Clara, so we get rid of her and the Doctor's all alone for the finale. That's very unusual. So there has to be a reason for that. And the only reason I could think of was that we have to elevate the Doctor to a new sphere, not a good one, a very dark one, and we had to take away everything that he loves. And we took away Clara, we took away the TARDIS, we took away the safety that he has. We took everything from him, like everything. If he would be offered power now, a dark power, I don't think he would refuse. And if he did, I don't think. I think he would take it, and something would happen. He would later on think about it and give it back, or something might happen. He might kill somebody important, and then he would rethink. I do especially remember this one scene with the David Doctor when he thought he was like God. And he's like, yeah, I can do whatever I want. And then there was this woman from the space station who then killed herself because she didn't want what the Doctor was offering to her. I still remember his face in that moment when he realized that he's not God and he can't do whatever he wants. And I think we will have a similar situation with the Peter Doctor. Not in this episode, probably in the next one, or probably even in Series 9 with the Dark Doctor and Evil Doctor. And I'm here for that, because Peter Capaldi is the right person to play an Evil Doctor, I can tell you that. It might also be the case that he'll die. That he's going to take the dark way, he's going to die as a Dark Doctor, and the new one, is going to be very, very different to the Peter Doctor again. Maybe regretting what he did there. Equally as the David and the Matt Doctor, because with Christopher we didn't really see it that much. They regretted the whole Time War thing. Maybe that's going to be it. I don't know what will happen exactly, but that's what I think. I'm just going to going over my notes again. That's it. Those are all my notes. How long are we recording for? 36 minutes. Great. I mean, I'm going to cut it into a little shorter piece. It's probably going to be around 25 minutes that I'm talking only without us getting into the reaction. I'm gonna have to make a note for our, like, the time clips. I'm gonna have to remember that, because otherwise people will be so pissed off at me. Like, I'm watching this thing for 30 minutes now. Can you please start the reaction already? My gosh, this is what I'm here for. I'm not here for you hearing you talking and you blah blah blah. I want to see how you react to this episode, because it's gonna be a really good one, and I want to see your reaction to it. So get it on. I'm gonna get it on. I promise. I have nothing more to say other than I want Missy in this. No matter what happens, I want Missy in this, okay? That's my only wish. Oh, and I don't want to lose the Doctor yet. But I think it's not going to happen in this episode. If it happens, it's going to happen in the next one. Like the 12th one. Okay. Now I'm going to drink a little bit of water, and then we're going to go right to the reaction. Oh my gosh, I can't. This show is too much for me. Okay.
As you come into this world, something else is also born. You will run. It will walk. You will rest. It will not.
What kind of time machine is that? What is happening? So it's Time Lord technology. So them are Missy and other people. She has to be involved. This is Time Lord technology. And it would be so typical. Also, his voice is soothing AF. I love listening to him. Oh no. Oh, I'm so sorry I had to go through this.
If you think because she's dead I'm weak, then you understand very little. If you were any part of killing her, and you're not afraid, then you understand nothing at all. And this, I am the Doctor. I'm coming to find you, and I will never, ever stop.
Oh my gosh! Did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? Oh my god! Can you make an entrance even more epic than this? I don't think you can. This is 10 out of 10. What am I saying? It's 100 out of 10. This is so epic. Oh my gosh, Peter is the best. He would be the best evil Doctor. Ooh. I don't want to clap in front of a microphone, sorry. Where is he? It has something to do with Missy, I'm 100% sure. Like 99. It's a big castle. But we're on a planet, we're not in space.
And I'm in the same time zone.
And probably on planet Earth.
Clara said, I shouldn't take revenge. You should know. I don't always listen. Oh.
Clara said, oh. Oh, don't give him a weapon.
I hate gardening.
Well. Oh, mystery. Where's the camera? I didn't see one. Oh, he's still afraid. So he still has a feeling that's more powerful than revenge and sadness, which is fear. It's good, that though, even if it's a bad feeling, but he can feel something else still. That's a good sign for his humanity part. But I'd be afraid as well, so I don't blame you, Doctor. Not at all. Climb out the window? No. He wouldn't survive the fall. You, what's that thing? That's bad. That's very bad. Oh no.
I know you.
You do? You do?
I've seen you before.
Do I? Flies. Flies.
Come on! My car, really?
Hello, traitor.
Oh, Lord Beelzebub!
See, Clara. Still got it.
Oh. Oh shoot.
I'm actually scared of dying.
What? I just thought for a second that the video stopped. And I was scared that the video stopped and my reaction was out the window. So we're both scared, Doctor. What in the world? What's going on? What is this building? This is not a building built on Earth. Right? I mean, it looks like it, but the technology in it is so outer space. That's a nice room, though. Yeah, we can stay in here for a while. Oh my gosh, the person putting you into this room must really hate you. He smiled for a second.
Is it prison? No! Is it a torture chamber? Because you won't see this coming.
He just did it?
Sorry I'm late.
Wait,
Jumped out of the
what?
window.
Wait.
Don't you want to know how I survived?
Yeah.
Go on, ask me.
Yeah, how did you survive, Doctor? Please, tell me.
The first rule of being interrogated is that you are the only irreplaceable person in the torture chamber. The room is yours.
You can say it like that.
Show them who's boss. Die faster.
Die fast.
Isn't that right, Clara?
So much confusion in my head.
And I'm going to explain to you how I survived.
Can't wait to hear what I say.
What a storyline.
Salty air. This castle is standing in the sea. Diving into water from a great height is no guarantee of survival.
That's true.
The atmospheric density.
This is crazy. I love it. It sounds so peaceful. I don't know why I'm crying. Oh. I think you weren't the first one with this plan, Doctor. Oh my god. What is this episode? It's like a fever dream. A good one. A really good one. Oh, look, somebody put dry clothes on the rack. Great. How considerate. Ooh. I mean, it looks good in it. He put it back just as it was before. I love how this house is so old and stone everywhere and stuff. And then there is this technology that doesn't fit in it at all. So weird. What?
Exactly where it is, all the time, how far it's got,
How near? Because it's trying to scare me.
Yeah, it is.
It's all about fear. Working hypotheses. They're in a fully automated haunted house, a mechanical maze.
If that's true, congratulations, Doctor, for finding out. Because I couldn't have put that together.
Me to death, and I'm trapped inside it. Must be Christmas.
Okay, Doctor. Yeah. I mean, that part actually looks like a scary house or a ghost house. Looks like it was taken straight out of Resident Evil 4. Beware of the zombies and the dogs. Oh, it's a grave? Don't tell me it's Clara's grave. Is it a grave?
Another spade. Someone
Again?
wants me to dig.
Yeah.
What would you do? Yes, of course you would.
Yeah, she would.
Which, let's be honest, is what killed you. So,
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Yeah, you're too curious. I knew it. I mean, what else do you want to do, right? You can either do that or stay there forever. It's one or the other. Flies again. Is this thing coming back? If anything, those flies remind me of the Omens. Oh, what the frick is going on? Why are you standing there? Well, at least this time we have a door in between us. Yeah, will it? Who is that thing? I'm thinking about who that might be.
one way in and one way out.
I don't think it's
Seeing as
Missy.
you're going.
Because she wouldn't shut up for a minute, so I don't think that's her under that thing. I don't know if this isn't all in his mind. No, he got teleported to a place. But I don't know, maybe the loss of Clara did something with him. And she's like omnipresent in this thing. With the picture and the
That's not right.
writing. Oh. Don't tell me it's a casket. I'm in 12. No way. Wait.
Once I've been and gone and got myself out of it. So how am I going to do that? Come on, teacher, ask me questions.
12? Like he was talking about the doctor, right? Doctor number 12.
I'm being interrogated. It's not just truth at once. That's not enough. It's confession.
That's the only thing that stops it.
But what kind of truth?
The problem is, Clara, there are truths that I can never tell.
Hmm.
Not for anything. But I'm scared and I'm alone. I confess. I didn't leave Gallifrey because I was bored. That was a lie. It's always been a lie. I was scared. I ran because I was scared. Is that what you want me to say? Is that true enough for you?
So many emotions. Like, and I didn't listen to that sentence he said about Gallifrey. It was too quick and too many words at me. And I was still in the other emotion. I have to listen to that again after watching the episode. It was probably important because it was about Gallifrey. Oh my gosh. I need to write that down. I don't want to forget. All of this is so weird. It's a big puzzle, and I don't understand it.
The day you lose someone isn't the worst. At least you've got something to do. It's all the days. They stay dead.
Oh my gosh, this is what I was talking about in my intro.
57 minutes.
I can't believe how close I was.
My work is finding room 12. The castle wants me to. It's luring me.
Oh, they meant the room. They didn't mean the doctor. Because I think it meant like it's inside him.
As if the rooms are all jumbled up. Maybe they move around. I saw the whole castle move.
So maybe you should say one place and one day it'll be right in front of you, door number 12. Following that logic.
If I leave it long enough, reverts to its condition at the moment I arrive.
That's so...
It tidies up after itself. Automated room service.
I wish I had that in this apartment.
Constantly recycling. Or maybe I'm in hell.
At least you have
That's
food
okay.
and water.
I'm not scared of hell. It's...
I mean, it's like a prison, isn't it?
But how long will I have to be here?
That's the thing. Ah.
It's always coming. Always closer.
How long until you give up?
There are two events in everybody's life that nobody remembers. Two moments experienced by every living thing.
Birth and death.
Nobody remembers being born. And nobody remembers dying. Is that why we always stare into the eye sockets of a skull? Because we're asking, what was it like? Are you still scared? Bird?
Bird.
What's bird got to do with it?
Well, the bird killed Kara. I love everything about this.
There's something I'm missing, Clara. And I think it's something terrible.
I think the thing you're missing is that it's not real, it's all in your mind. It's like a mind prison. Maybe you're like in some kind of matrix. Room number 12. Oh. In the cellar. Yeah, well, thanks for that one. Do you bring the shovel?
Hello?
We could like, probably not, open this thing up.
It's a trap, Clara. A lure and a trap.
I didn't like how they showed like his face first and then the skull. Implying as if like,
I'm following
no,
breadcrumbs
we're
laid
not
out for
talking
me.
about that. What is it? I wanna
I can't stop playing.
find out
Game
what's going on, but
Everybody else is lost.
I'm too dumb.
No, I didn't time travel to get here.
Yeah, I
Feel
feel.
time travel.
Oh. Does he know?
The hybrid.
He's doing it on purpose, does he? Yeah, of course. Of course he does.
One of them was about a creature called the hybrid. Half Dalek, half Time Lord.
I know the hybrid is real. I know where it is and what it is. I confess, I'm afraid.
No way. Okay, I couldn't have found that out. Even if I tried, because... Oh, we're doing the master stuff again. Yeah, with the master it was a different kind of bead. But it was a bead. Look at that. Cinematography of this episode is... It's just... I have no words for that. It's... Everything is just great. This is as if the episode was made for me. Home.
The TARDIS. One confession away.
Oh, that's the TARDIS behind that ice. The shot, the sound design, everything so good.
Why is it always me? Why is it never anybody else's turn?
How are you going to win? Here we go again.
I can't keep doing this. I can't always do this.
I can remember it all. Every time. And you'll still be gone. Whatever I do, you still won't be there.
Beat it. Break free. Doctor, it's time. Get up. Off your ass.
It's so clever. That is so clever.
Hello again. No more confessions, sorry. But I will tell you the truth.
About what?
The hybrid is a very dangerous secret. A very, very dangerous secret. And it needs to be kept.
Can't do anything about it, you have to tell it.
Nothing at all. Instead, I'm going to do something far worse.
Far worse.
Whoever put me here in the first place, and whatever they're trying to do, I'm going to stop it!
Oh, that hurts my fingers. Stop doing that. Ow. I just hurt myself.
In eternity.
What just happened? Hello? It didn't kill him, did it? TARDIS. I got it all on my nose, but I don't want to miss anything.
Dying properly can take days. That's why we like to die among our own kind. They know not to bury us early. I think. I have a day now. I have to do this, Clara. I have to be strong. Creature from my own nightmares. This place is my own bespoke torture chamber.
How could there be other prisoners in my hell? And the stars. They weren't in the wrong place. And I haven't time traveled. Long time.
Teleporter. Fancy word. Just like 3D printers, really. Except they break down living matter and information. That means there's a copy of me still in the hard drive. Me. Exactly as I was when I first got here.
What is that supposed to mean? Like I arrived here 7,000 years ago. What the heck? Is there still hope, or... Am I supposed to cry? Am I supposed to be happy? Am I supposed to be... I don't know what I'm supposed to be. I'm just confused. Bird.
How long can I keep doing this?
Bird. What bird?
To make a new one.
If you think because she's dead I'm weak, then you understand very little.
I can't deal with this show anymore.
I'm the Doctor. I'm coming to find you. And I will never ever stop.
Because you won't see this coming.
I can't anymore. I can't anymore with this show. I think so, something like that. This is torture. And not only for the Doctor, this is torture for the viewers as well.
Let's say I traveled 7,000 years into the future.
That's the worst. I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I can't anymore. Why the word bird? It's the one clue he leaves for himself. Why?
52 million years.
Second of eternity with a fast.
Is he getting closer to the TARDIS?
2 billion years.
Personally, I think that's a hell of
Is that his sentence? Or whatever he did? Oh my god, that took forever. Wait, I know these.
Personally, I think that's a hell of a bird.
I don't know if it has anything to do with those robot guys. I had the same things. I don't think so, but... Okay. Is this the next level of punishment? This is his confession. Isn't... Is it? Looks different. Yeah, oh my gosh. Oh! Yeah, of course. That's why the way out of it was the confessions that he had to make. Who are you?
Tell them I'm back. Tell them I know what they did, and I'm on my way.
Wow. That's Gallifrey?
The hybrid is not half Dalek. Nothing is half Dalek. The Daleks would never allow that. Conquer Gallifrey and stand in its ruins. It's me.
Of course, that's where he ended. Of course, that's where he ended. Why wouldn't we? Just throw another rock on the viewer before you end the episode. As if it wasn't enough already. What the actual fuck did I just watch? That was a hell of a roller coaster episode. What the heck? It was just as much a torture for him as it was for me. Oh my gosh. What the heck? Doctor Who finales never disappoint. Never disappoint. I don't know about the next episode, but this one is easily one of my most favorite finale episodes of Doctor Who ever. Because that episode felt like it was written for me or from me. No, probably I'm not that smart to write it myself, but it was made for me because it had everything that I love in a movie or in a TV show. Starting with the fact that I love movies with one character only. There are just a few of them where you have one character only. Because if you have one character only, you need a very good story to support this character. You have to have the best story ever. Because otherwise, it'll be boring in 5 minutes. I love those kind of movies so much. And then we have the mystery, the puzzle that you as a viewer can't possibly solve on your own, but you think you can, so you're trying to solve it all the time. You are so caught into the storyline, you're trying to find out, you're trying to get every single clue. You think, okay, maybe the doctor isn't able to solve it because he doesn't see the whole picture. But me as a viewer, I am, so I could be smarter than the doctor here. Maybe. I could find it out earlier. And you're so and you're investigating, you're so into the storyline. I love that as well. Mysteries where you, as a viewer, think you have a chance to solve the puzzle if you just keep on focusing enough. I love that. The drama behind it all, the feelings, the depth this episode had. Oh my gosh, we're talking about so many feelings. We had the whole roller coaster of emotions. We're going into them, we're looking into them, even the bad ones, mainly the bad ones, like sadness, grief, fear, all of those emotions that you don't want to talk about, you don't want to think about them. And it made me as a viewer feel uneasy from time to time, because when he was talking about death and how people don't remember birth or death, and we're so desperate to finding out what it feels like or how people are feeling when they're dying. And we're looking at skulls and bones from people who are deceased. We're like, what did they go through? How do they probably feel now, if they still feel anything at all? This stuff gets to you as a viewer. This was not only an episode that I watched, it went by and I'm forgetting about it. Went so into all of those bad feelings, it made you think about them. Or how, like when he was talking about how Clara is gone and how he's trying to cope with the thought of having lost a very, very important and dear person. You can't, like, I don't, maybe there are viewers who can hear him talk about that stuff and not relating that to your own life and think about the losses that you've gone through in your life. It just takes you on a whole journey with personal feelings. That's what happened to me there. And not the good ones, to be honest. So it's such a deep episode. And all the words are from one character only. This is so well written, I can't even. There are no words to describe the beauty of this episode. I could talk for hours about it and not even come close to what that episode means to me. That's so good. So good. And for one or the other viewer, it might just be a boring episode. It might be, because there are different types of people who watch the show, and some people like me are totally into the feelings side of things, and others are more about what they see on screen, what happens, the action, and we didn't have much of that. Because most of the things that happened in this episode didn't happen on screen, but happened in the heads of the viewers and in the head of the Doctor. He dug this hole and he ran away. Like there was some action, some things that the Doctor did do on screen, but most of what was happening in his head, and he told us as a viewer what he was thinking all the time. So I can think of people who don't really like those kind of episodes, but for me it was perfect. It was just the thing that I love so much. And I love that Doctor Who is a show that can do that. In one finale you can have the biggest war ever and shootings all around, and in the other you have one character only, in one building only, with one mystery only, and it creates this big storyline that just sucks you in and completely devours you. Like it's so, I don't have words for that. But I do want to remind you, oh my gosh. Do you remember what I said in the intro for all of you who watched the intro? For those who didn't, you can go back now and you can like hear me talking about the prediction of this episode. I was so spot on this time with some of the things that I said. It's not even funny anymore. It's not even funny anymore. I talked about torturing the Doctor. And I talked about what would be the worst torture for the Doctor, which would be putting him into a room with nothing that he can do. And he has to think about all the stuff that happened with Clara and all that. And he mentioned that in the episode, he mentioned that when he was sitting in a room and looking at Clara's picture. He was talking about exactly that. I couldn't even believe my ears when I heard that. I'm like, what the heck? I think it just goes to show, is that how you say it? That I am like really this kind of person who is into these feelings stuff. I can really put myself into that, and if it comes to a person going through things, I can relate so much. I can put myself into the other person, and that's what really helped me predicting parts of this episode, which is really crazy, to be honest, because how can you predict something like that? I mean, I didn't predict like the castle and the stuff. I thought it would be like a cell. But I also was talking about how everything would change, like in terms of torture, if the Doctor had something to do, a mystery where he has to find out stuff. And he couldn't think of Clara because he has to maybe run away, or maybe something is happening with him so that he can't think. And this episode was a combination of both of those things that I predicted. Torture, where he just sits alone in his room and he has to think about what happened with Clara, and the torture of having something to do, running away from something, having to fear something, where he wasn't able to think of Clara. So it was a combination of both of them. Oh, by the way, this one time I forgot my microphone. I kind of like turned it when I wanted to turn it off. I saw that it was turned off already. I'm like, shoot, that's not a good thing. Then I wanted to sneeze my nose, and I turned it on before I did that. So I was totally confused at that point. When I thought, like in the part where I thought the Doctor was dying, I totally lost it. I completely lost it. Which makes me very, very anxious. It makes me so anxious because I knew that I was very attached to the Peter character, and that he was on the first place together with the David Doctor. I knew that already, but I had no idea how hard it would be to lose him. And now that I've been through it and it didn't actually happen, I'm so anxious for the real deal. I'm so anxious. I don't want to watch the next episode. I'm so anxious. On the one hand, I do want to watch it. Like right now, I'm not doing that. Don't worry, because I couldn't. It wouldn't be a good reaction if I did it now. Maybe tomorrow, but I first have to let everything sink in. But the thought of losing him, I don't know. Let's talk about something else, because that's not good. That's not good. It reminded me, like, the part where he was about to die reminded me so much of when David died. So much. And the part where he didn't die then reminded me so much of the part where Amy and Rory didn't die first, when they respawned at this graveyard. And I felt the relief of them not being dead, and I'm like, oh my gosh, they didn't die. But the Doctor Who writers tricked me into believing that. So, when Peter Capaldi didn't die, I was reminded of that scene immediately, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not gonna survive this. If they do that to me right now in this episode, I'm not gonna survive this. I am game over already. Please don't do that to me. And they didn't. But now that they didn't do it, I'm even more afraid of the next time, and I know the next time it will happen for real. I can guarantee for anything. Could the real Peter Capaldi please, like, I mean, can he not show up at my house? Just sitting next to me, telling me everything's gonna be alright, my character's dying right now, but I'm good, I'm okay, and hug me. Can we please watch the next episode like that? Does anybody know Peter Capaldi? Can anyone call him and tell him he has to come to Germany? Please? I'm not gonna... I won't make it through the next episode if he dies. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's talk about something else, because otherwise, oh my... This is not good. This is not good. Okay. Right, I wanted to go back and listen to that sentence about Gallifrey. That's what I wanted to do. And that's what I'm gonna do right now. Okay, I just went back and watched that scene where with this first confession. And the first confession is, I didn't leave Gallifrey because I was bored. That was a lie. I left it because I was scared. Scared of who? Why was he scared? What was he scared about? His parents? Their teachers? People on the planet? I don't know. We've seen the Time Lords before. They didn't really like the Doctor, so maybe there was something back then that happened. Yeah, but I needed to go back because I didn't like, at that time when the scene happened, he talked so fast, I didn't even hear what he said. I didn't hear that. Okay, so he's talking about Gallifrey and how he didn't leave because he was bored, but he was scared. And I was back at Gallifrey, talking to this little guy, sending him away to go tell somebody that the Doctor is back. The question that I have is, who did this to him? Because on his own, he would have never found Gallifrey. Maybe he would. Maybe he would have. But he tried to find Gallifrey before. He didn't know the coordinates. He didn't know which reality. So he couldn't find them. And now his confession thing, like, let him write to Gallifrey, only for him to maybe destroy it in the next episode? Is that really what we're talking about? Okay. Next episode is going to be good. I can already feel it. It's gonna be so good. It's gonna be so freaking good. I'm gonna watch it tomorrow, probably. Okay, you guys, I think I've said everything that I wanted to say. Let's get into the IMDb rating. Okay, so this one is very interesting. What's going on out there? Oh, there's a thunderstorm coming, okay. It's like growling outside. So this one is very, very interesting title-wise, because the English title is Heaven Sent, but the German one is The Fear of the Doctor. So, title-wise, I think the German one won this time, because The Fear of the Doctor is more appropriate for the episode. I don't know. Heaven Sent is good as well, but The Fear of the Doctor is really good. But we're not talking about the rating of the titles. We're talking about the rating of the episode. What rating did I give the Midnight episode? I don't remember. Okay, so I just went back real quick and I gave the Midnight episode a 9.9 rating. Which, yeah, of course, I could have remembered that one. Thank you so much, by the way, for including my past votes of the episodes. That's so helpful, especially in cases like this. So, back to Heaven Sent. Like I said, the episode felt like it was made for me. I'm just trying to decide whether it was better or as good as Midnight for me, personally. Is it a 10? Is it a 9.9? Is it a 9.8? Let me think about that one.
One eternity later.
Okay, I have made a decision and I'm rating the episode a 9.9. The same rating in the Midnight episode. Because I can't decide which episode is better. Don't make me do that. I can't. I won't. It's a 9.9. It's a 9.9. So I have one favorite episode with each of my favorite Doctors. That's so cool. I love it. Okay, 9.9. I can't predict the IMDb rating because I think many people see it equally as I do. But like I said, can also see people who are not into the mystery, puzzle solving, emotional stuff like I am. So maybe it's going to be around 8.5 7, 8.8, probably with the IMDb rating. Close to a 9, but not over a 9. Okay, let's see. What the fuck? Okay. I'm slightly wrong here. Wow. Thank God I didn't rate this one a 6 point something. You guys would have crucified me. Oh my gosh. I rated it even higher and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud that I did that because I love this episode so much. Oh my gosh. Yeah, also, what I didn't say. Not only did we have an episode with one character only, but we had an antagonist that wasn't really there. We saw him in the background, one moment or the other. Sometimes he appeared and then he went away. It was needed for him to be there, so we had a threat of some kind. Otherwise, it would have just been an endless maze. But the antagonist worked in a very similar way to the episode itself. It was not constantly there, thank you, Thunderstorm, but it was always in our minds. Even if it wasn't here, we knew it's there. We knew it's out there somewhere. The Doctor knew it's out there somewhere. It didn't have to be on screen all the time. It was in the background, but it was always there. It was never gone. It's just, this episode is one of the best episodes of Doctor Who that I've ever watched, and I'm so glad that we got this episode with Peter Capaldi. He was the best Doctor for this episode because it's a serious episode. It's a dark, it's a rough episode. It's not for smiles and laughs and giggles. Like, I mean, the David Doctor, I don't know, I'm thinking about a similar episode or a close episode to this one, like a dark episode where he can't be funny or laugh. I mean, the midnight episode, well, no, in the first half of the episode he was laughing very much and he had his fun. It was only the second half where he got serious. So I can't really see him in this situation. But the Peter Capaldi Doctor itself, like the actor Peter Capaldi, he was always more serious than the other ones. It was always the one thing that made him different to the others. More serious, more grumpy. But in this situation, it really helped him. Because he was the perfect Doctor for this, the perfect actor. I love him to bits. I do. His acting skills are beyond good. Beyond brilliant, even. Love him. Love him, love this episode, love this show. I'm so happy right now and also so anxious at the very same time because I have this antagonist in the back of my mind. It's not present in this room yet. It's in the back of my mind. Peter Capaldi is gonna regenerate someday. Maybe tomorrow. First you take away Clara and then you take away the Doctor 2 episodes later. Is that what we're doing? No, we can't do that. We can't do that. But I think one or the other way, this is gonna be one of the best episodes next week that we've ever seen on Doctor Who. Because, I mean, this plot. Who could have thought of that plot? Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh. I just thought of one thing. The confession thing, he made that because he knew he was about to die. That's why he made that in the first place. And I mean, we foreshadowed his death already with Missy. When she found the confession tape and she's like, yeah, you made this because you're gonna die and blah, blah, blah. You know the deal. So it's gonna be a big finale and we're gonna lose the Peter Capaldi Doctor. I'm so convinced of that. And I don't know how to prepare for it. Probably drink a lot of water. Prepare tissues, no eye makeup. By the way, I didn't wear eye makeup today. I learned from last week's mistakes. And I don't know if I'm prepared for the next episode. I don't know if I am. I don't know if I ever will be, to be honest. Wow. Okay, but I don't want to bore you with the details about what's going on in my mind right now. I think I've talked about this episode enough. Fasten your seatbelts, everyone. And bear with me. Next episode is going to be great and devastating. Probably. And I'll see you. And I'm probably not gonna have much fun with you in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Bye.